Before we start, if you're here just to see the Reaper fight, then the timestamp will show up on the screen right now. Skip to that timestamp if you don't care about what the setup is. Now, for the rest of you, welcome to the video. Shinji is pretty awesome, and because he's so awesome, I want to do a Merciless Reaper fight with him. Though things are a little different because Shinji will be the one doing all the damage, and not me. Here are some ground rules for this fight. Makoto, aka the protagonist, cannot attack, but he is allowed to use support spells. I will not be using all out attacks because I feel as though that does count for Makoto doing damage since, he's in them. That has to be done on Merciless, so no new game plus. This is so the fight wouldn't be too easy with the late game items that are available. And also so that we can't use Messiah. Rule number 3, no DLC personas. There's no real reason for this to be honest, but I just wanted to show that you can't do this without any DLC personas. This one is a more personal rule though. You can only use one persona. The persona I chose is Chi-Yu. The reason I chose Chi-Yu is because I somehow got a resist elect card somewhere, but I don't remember how. But once you cover that electricity weakness, you cannot be knocked down save for critical hits. Not only that, but he's a late game persona, so his stats are good for this fight. And he allows Makoto to take some hits if the Reaper targets him. Now as you can see, my Chi-Yu has no attacking skills as he was turned into a support persona. Well, mostly. The main 4 moves I'll be using are Heat Riser, Debilitate, Amrita Shower, and Dairon. Dairon? Anyways. Heat Riser and Debilitate raises and lowers stats, respectively. Amrita Shower cures all elements besides KO, and Diaron or whatever restores one person's HP to full. Now these moves are very important because the Reaper will use Heat Rise and Debilitate, so you want to counter whichever one he uses like immediately. The Reaper will also use status ailments during the fight, and they're very annoying, which is why I got this. Lastly, healing someone to full HP is always good, especially if their skills cost HP. As for Makoto's items, the sword isn't really important, so I just threw whatever on him. Though there are some swords that give you SP and a small stat boost, like this one right here. So you can optimize a little bit here. Now the body armor is Samua the Tengu, and the reason I went with this is because at this point in the game it has the highest defense of any of the armors. I did try to see if maybe there was something rare like a mirror material I can use, but as far as I know you can't get better body armor than this, as of right now. If someone wants to correct me on that, feel free and I'll pin your comment. Anti-Windmaster is always a little plus, but it wears off, so there's that. Now, the leg protector is something that's slapped on because it gives Makoto a little more endurance to take hits, and that's pretty much it. Now, the Amrite necklace is probably the most important item in my arsenal. The reason is because it protects against all ailments, so the statuses that Reaper will inflict will not affect Makoto. Honestly, if you can get Amrita drop rather than Amrita shower, go for that because drop costs less SP. This is the reason why he has this instead of Shinji, so that he can cure Shinji's ailments. Moving on to Shinji, you want to make sure you max out his characteristics. The reason being is that he starts out with Heat Riser when the battle begins. This is kind of crazy, not gonna lie. You can get this by hanging out with him 3 times when cooking and tending to the rooftop gardens, so a total of 6 times pretty much. Now, this is the build I have for Caster. That 99 max strength is by leveling up, which is kind of wild. Like I didn't put anything into that. That's just all him. Caster is also pretty tanky as you can see here. And up until I got it, I didn't know Shinji can learn Firm Stance. Now, Firm Stance is very good, especially with someone that has no weaknesses. It reduces the damage Shinji takes by half, but he cannot dodge attacks. I believe I got this around level 70. High Counter also reflects the physical skills the Reaper uses sometimes, and Bloody Charge is just really busted. I mean, this is crazy. Um, I'm pretty sure that God Tan does more damage than Brave Blade, so we'll be using that. And of course, Debilitate is good on turns when we need Shinji to use it. Now, if you ever feel useless, just know that Mjolnir has plus 7 strength. So this weapon comes in with a massive 350 attack and turns your regular attacks into electric attacks. The only way you can get it is by maxing out Kazushi's social link to 10. The reason why this is important is because when it's maxed out, you can fuse Thor. Once you fuse Thor, if he hits a high enough level, he'll give you the Thunder Whetstone. After you get the Whetstone, make sure you have 10 Topaz with you. You can get Topaz by fighting enemies and opening chests within the Zia block, but also through certain Elizabeth requests. Anyways, make your way to the antique store and you get Mjolnir. Now, there is another axe Shinji can use and it's called Celtas. The reason I bring this up is because it strengthens Shinji's strike attacks. Now, I'm not sure if it's stronger than Mjolnir because I don't know how much it strengthens strikes attacks, but I stuck with Mjolnir because of his massive attack stat. If anyone wants to find out from me, feel free. Anyways, he also has some move to Tengu, but his footwear is Gallon sneakers. I gave him this because if a party member is feared, then they have a chance to run away from battle. Obviously, as soon as it does this, it's over. This doesn't mean he's immune though, but it does help with keeping fear at bay. Lastly, I gave him the Mega Master Band because I kind of don't have much else to give him to be honest, but that stat boost to his endurance, speed, and luck is useful nonetheless. Alright, and that's the build. Honestly, this isn't really optimized and does leave room for improvement, so if you guys got better builds, then leave them down in the comments. There are a few more things you should do, or rather I recommend. You should get specific Arcana cards, namely the Emperor and the Empress, as they raise your persona stats by 2 until you leave Tartarus. It's a little thing that counts, but you don't have to get them if you don't want to. Likewise, when you're fighting enemies, there's also a chance you can get the Cups card that boosts your physical attack by more than double in the next battle. You can get this before fighting the Reaper if you like. I didn't because I honestly got impatient after trying, but it's for sure a good option. The most important buzz you can take though is by talking to the fortune teller in Club Escapade. The reason why you should consider doing this is to buff up your own DRG gain rate so that your gauge fills faster. Shinji will really appreciate this as his DRG will be able to refill faster and let off massive damage. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. Our boys are fully built to the best of my ability, so let's give Shinji the spotlight and watch him solo the Reaper.
The Reaper showed up! Be careful, everyone!
If you're looking for a fight, then get ready. We got the first move.
If things look too dangerous,
I'll go
you
with.
can always retreat.
Come! I can do this. Eat this! Persona. Let's do this. Let me handle this. It's not over yet. Out of my sight! They're down. Let's go for the kill. This is who I am. Come on!
Aragaki-senpai's
do?
hurt! He needs to be treated!
Come! Guess I owe you.
Aragaki-senpai! You can't take much more!
My head!
Aragaki-senpai!
I'm
You
using
can't
this.
take much more!
I'll go with... Sorry about that.
You dodged it! That's our leader!
I'll show him. You're done for. You're up, Master! Chiyu! I'll show him. Persona! What to do? Come! can do this. Caster! Persona. I didn't ask for this. This is who I am. Eat this! What to do? Chill! Scared? Chill! Tricky bastard.
You've been knocked down!
You ready for this? You're up, bastard! What to do? Come! My head!
Aragaki-senpai's confused! Please,
I'll
just
go
calm
with-
down!
Chill! What are you aiming for? I'll show him. Caster! Chill! Saw that coming. You're done for. Come on! I'll go with Persona. Here we go. Hit me! I'm ready! This is it! I'll see you in hell!
That about
And
does
don't
it.
come back.
No shadows detected.
Once you start something, you gotta see it through to the end. You're a real oddball, you know that? Asking me to teach you how to cook. He always used to say, learning to cook is the first step to supporting yourself. Even if someone disappears, maybe they can still leave something behind. I can at least be here to show you how it's done. It gives me something to do, too. I'm gonna give some to Korra-chan. I gotta make Koromaru's dinner still. You got a problem?